Well, it's officially the holiday season. Today's the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and I found some time to spend in my shop. I mean, my garage. I started 3 projects that'll take a little time to finish, and I'm showing the first stage of each one. On this first one, I wanted to try a very easy approach to making walnut stain. I took an empty water jug and I cut off the top so that the walnuts would fit inside. And then after adding walnuts, I hot glued the top back on to make it easy to drain the liquid later without dumping out the solid stuff. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to hold. And then I just added water and I'll let it sit a while. I don't know how long is the right amount of time, but I'm in no hurry, so why not a month?
Okay, Google. Remind me in 1 month to check my walnut stain.
Okay, do you want to save this? Saving reminder.
Close enough. Thanks, Google. I'm hot gluing a guide to my crosscut sled so that I can make repeated segments from 3 species of wood. I'm just eyeballing about a 45-degree angle. The exact angle doesn't matter as long as it's consistent. The first species is red heart. I also hot glued down a stop block so that the segments will all be the same width. The next wood species are yellow heart, followed by padauk. After the segments were all cut, I arranged them in the order that I want to glue them up. I'll use the end pieces from the original blanks to give me something to clamp against on the ends. I need to use a couple of scrap boards during clamping to keep everything lined up. I clamped down the scrap boards and I used wax paper to avoid gluing the segments to the scraps or to the sled. I glued both sides of each segment and I pressed all the pieces together. When done, I applied a long clamp across the length of the segmented piece. And then while the glue starts to dry, I popped the guides off my crosscut sled. This is rural Indiana, so while I'm not a hunter, I know several people who are. I've been curious to try turning a pin from deer antler, so I asked my stepdad, who is a lifelong hunter, if he had any lying around. And not long later, he brought over this set of antlers from a friend, who only asked that he get a pin in return. So I guess I better not screw it up too much. I don't have a bandsaw, so I got started by cutting one of the antlers with a hacksaw. This was both difficult to hold in my vise and more difficult to cut than I imagined. After I had the antler removed, it was easier to hold in the vise. I also switched to my jigsaw, which made for easier cutting. I stopped cutting after I had blanks in hand to make one slimline pin and possibly 2 others. I'm thinking of making a bolt-action pin kit of some kind, or a bullet-style pin, but we'll see how it goes. Well, it was a nice holiday weekend, but it's back to reality tomorrow morning. I'll pick these projects up again soon. Let me know what you'd like to see regarding this project in the future by leaving a comment below. And of course, subscribe to the channel to make sure you see those future videos. Thanks for watching.